Good morning, second grade class. We are on lesson 12:8 called Paper Money, and the objective for today is to find the value of a group of bills. Ooh, so we haven't used a lot of bills in the classroom, only $1 bills. Here's our words. $1 bill, $5 bill, $10 bill, $20 bill, $50 bill, $100 bill. And so today we're going to be looking at some money, counting it up. But today we are also going to have a little history lesson, just because it's good to know who is on our bills. So for number one, we have here our $1 bill, probably used the most. And here we have George Washington, and there is a picture of him. There is George Washington. He is our first president of the United States, so it's fitting that he gets the $1 bill. Our next value is our $5 bill, and for that we have Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president, and we all know that he was very pivotal in ending slavery and joining all sides of the United States together. No more separation or talk of separation after Abraham Lincoln. So very fitting that he gets the $5 bill. The next one is our $10 bill, and some people might say, who is this man? His name is Alexander Hamilton, and he was the very first United States Secretary of Treasury. That means that he was in charge of the money and how it would probably be distributed, what it would look like, the currency, how it was used. Next is our $20 bill, Andrew Jackson. He was our 7th president. His story is a little sad. Even if you look at his picture, he does look a little sad, and he had a pretty rough life from what I remember reading about him. You might want to look that up sometime. For our $50 bill, we have Ulysses S. Grant. He was our 18th president. Now, they do say that they don't always have a rhyme or reason why they chose people to be on certain bills. And for that, I have not much more to say for the $50 bill. But for the $100 bill, we do have Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin was not a president, but he is considered one of, if not the, but one of the founding fathers of our United States of America. He helped put together the Declaration of Independence and was very important, his role in creating that. Along with, he made many inventions. He's known for many quotes that he does or said, and was known as a hard-working, wise man. So he is on our $100 bill. Today, we're going to go with a story to find out how much all of this is together, these 6 bills. The story says, a bank has a display of paper money. What is the total amount shown in the display? So first, find the value of each bill. The value is written on the corners of each bill. I don't think I need to go on into depth for that, but you can see. How do you do it? Circle this. This should look very familiar. This is just like when we would add our change. It says, add the bills in order from greatest value to least value. And that's what they did. There was one $100 bill, $150, $120, $110, $15, $11, and when they put it together and added, 100 plus 50 is 150, plus 20 would be 170, plus 10 is 180, plus 5 is 185, plus 1 is 186. The total amount in the bank display is $186. And you'll notice they put a $sign on the left-hand side of the number. Now let's turn the page. We're going to do one page for homework today. And homework, hardly, because we're going to do it together. maybe I will leave 1 or 2 for you to do on your own, okay? Let's start with number 1. Number 1, we have a $50 bill, a $20 bill, and a $1 bill. There are ways of doing this. One, you can add mental math if you're comfortable, but if you're not, then please write it out on the side. For safety's sake today, I will write it out on the side. So I take my $50 bill, my $20 bill, and my $1 bill. And notice I lined up the 1 in the ones place. Add it. There's the number. I'm going to rewrite it over here, and I'm going to put the $sign on the left-hand side. Some people use 1 line, others use 2 to go through that S shape for $sign. Either one is correct. All right, let's do number 2. Number 2, we have a $100 bill, 10 and 5. You probably could do this mental math, but to be safe and make sure that I don't do it incorrectly, I'm going to write it on the side here. You'll notice I lined up my 1s place, my 10s, and my 100s place. All right, I'm adding. You can go on ahead of me if you're faster. This is what I got for my answer. I'm going to move it over to the line, and I'm going to add a $sign in front of it. Let's do number 3. Number 3 gave us 6 bills, and so I'm going to be counting. I'm going to show you how to add mental math, and then I'll show you how to write it out here. Mental math, I have 20s, so I could say 20, 40, here's a 10, 50, here's a 5, 55, 56, 57. So I say it's 57 mental math. How about we add it up on paper? I'm lining up my numbers by place value, and now I'm going to add zeros. Okay, 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. You can go ahead of me if you are doing this. I'm going to add my 10s place. 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. 57. Is that what I said? I can't even remember anymore, but I'm pretty sure that's what I said. So there you go. Let's go to number 4. Connor buys a baseball glove. He pays with a $100 bill and receives $43 in change. How much does the basketball glove cost? So this is very similar to some of the problems we've had in the past, where we know that he gave $100. We know that we had to subtract how much the baseball glove cost, and then we're left with how much change he has, which was $43. If I were to write that out like a story, it would be Connor buys a baseball glove. He pays $100 for the baseball glove, but we don't know how much the baseball glove actually cost. But after you take away the cost of the baseball glove, this is what was left, $43. So how do I find this question mark right here? If you remember, a fact family or a family group always is that when you look at these numbers, the 3 numbers are the same and they're interchangeable. You can add the 2 and it comes to add up to the largest value number. Or you can subtract 1 away from the largest number and you come up with the other number. So that means if I know this is 100, if I were to take 43 away from 100, I would come up with this other number because they're all a family. They all stick together. It's the same numbers that you keep working with in this family. So I'm going to take 100. I'm going to subtract 43 from it. And whatever I get here, is how much this baseball glove costs. All right, I can't take 3 away from 0. I can't borrow from the tens, so I need to go to the hundreds place. I have 10 tens there, so I'm going to borrow all 10 tens, and I'm going to move them over here. So I say I have 10 tens, and I have 0 now here. Now I can borrow from my neighbor. So I say, hey, you have 10 tens. Can I take one? And so he says, sure, take one. So now he has 9 tens. And 1 10 that I borrowed, I'm going to bring over here. All right, now let's subtract. 10 minus 3. Go ahead and write that down. 9 minus 4. Go ahead and write that down. You're going to take the answer that you got, and you're going to move it right here for number 4. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'd really like you to do that part by yourself. Remember to pause anytime I move too fast. I'm moving on to number 5. Number 5 says, how do you find the total amount of a group of bills? Well, funny you should ask, because if you recall, if we go back to this page, there it is. This is how you find the value of all of the bills. We add the bills in order from greatest value to least value. If you take this sentence and copy it right here, you are going to have the answer to how do you find the total amount of a group of bills. All right, so that's your homework to finish number 4 and do number 5 for today. Remember, we're going slowly because I want to make sure that you understand this. Tomorrow, we will work some more with our bills, paper money. Good job. I'll see you then. Bye.